1212.
This is Scotland Yard.
For the first time in its history, Scotland Yard opens its official files to bring you the true stories of some of its most baffling cases.
These are the true stories. The plain, unvarnished facts, just as they occurred, reenacted for you by an all-British cast. Only the names have, for obvious reasons, been changed. The broadcasts are presented with the full cooperation of Scotland Yard.
Research on Whitehall 1212 is furnished by Percy Hoskins, Chief Crime Reporter of the London Daily Express. The stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. You will now hear the voice of Chief Superintendent John Davidson, the man in charge of Scotland Yard's famous Black Museum.
A great many of the visitors to the Black Museum here rather expect to find a series of tableaus of gory murders, complete with ghouls flitting about from corner to corner and blood-stained doublets. They're often quite astonished to discover a place that rather resembles the old curiosity shop, although I confess I bear but slight resemblance to Little Nell. A great many of our exhibits here are quite innocuous in appearance, although most of them have been eyewitnesses to murder. For example, this one. It's a reticule, a woman's homemade handbag, crocheted of yellow string. It accompanied a woman to her death. Sergeant Neil Poole had, I think, most to do with finding the murderer. Your turn, Sergeant Moore.
This girl was found dead near Maidstone in Kent early on the morning of the 14th of October a few years ago. A really quite chilly morning, as Octobers in England are likely to be. The Chief Constable of Kent had requested assistance from the Metropolitan Police. That's Scotland Yard, you know. And I was assigned. Maidstone is about 40 miles from where New Scotland Yard is situated in London, on what used to be called the Old Kent Road. And it was no great feat to drive there in an hour and a half. I was directed by the police constable at the scene of the discovery to the local mortuary, where I met Sergeant Miles Bowley of the Kent Constabulary.
Oh, yes, Sergeant Paul, glad to see you. We didn't expect you so quickly.
The chap in the flying squad brought me down a new Jaguar.
Wish we had one. What country got?
Mark 7 saloon, bloody thing flies.
I rode in one once. Well, like to come in and have a look at her?
Haven't had my breakfast yet.
Oh, she's not going to upset you. Very clean, strangling job.
Oh? How long do you have?
Let's see, 7:44 now. 2 hours about.
5:40.
5:35 to be exact. In here.
Wasn't light yet.
Just on sunrise. Milk roundsman saw a line beside the road.
Don't have many customers in here.
Not many, no. This is the lady.
Pretty.
Very. You see? Looks as if a scarf or something or the like had been twisted around her neck.
Medical examiner hasn't been here yet, huh?
Not yet.
Any idea who she was?
Not the foggies.
Nothing to identify her, eh?
Not a bloody thing.
What have you done?
Well, we have a man out there where she was found, trying to find something.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps you'd like to go out there.
Yes, I think so, personally. Nothing in any of the pockets of this dress? Or did you...
Pockets were empty.
Had she been...
No, lying there quite peacefully. Looked as if she'd been walking along the road and fallen down.
You've checked this fellow that found her, of course.
Yes, of course, old boy.
Odd you didn't recognize her if she's from around here, and you think the milkman didn't know everyone.
He didn't know her.
We'll ask him again when we find who she is. Where's her other shoe?
Haven't found it. The constable's looking for it.
She certainly wasn't going for a walk in this kind of a shoe. City side. Not very worn, either. So that's not exactly a city dress, is it?
It's like most girls wear around here.
Well, don't look like a working girl's hands, either.
I shouldn't say so, either.
I'd like to have a talk with this milkman.
Whenever you like. I'll have him brought in.
Right. Suppose we might go and look at the place he found her now?
Well, we don't have a Jaguar 7 saloon, but if you'll ride in my Ford...
I was happy to ride in his Ford to the roadside spot where a constable waited, clutching the missing shoe. That was all he'd found. No indication of a struggle, no footprints. I checked that myself most exhaustively. Nothing. The milkman whom I interviewed told a most straightforward story. A little spry old man who knew all his customers intimately and was well and favorably known by them all. My suspicions of him abated for the moment. The other shoe, which the constable had found under a gorse branch, was no help either, except that it implied that the wearer was more accustomed to city pavements than to country roads. The medical examiner gave us his report at the Maidstone police station.
Ah, yes, Sergeant. Well, there isn't a great deal to the report. Death was due to strangulation, of course.
Do you know how she was strangled, sir?
Apparently by cloth of some kind, a scarf or neckcloth, perhaps. There are no discernible marks of hands or fingers on the throat.
Was she...
She was not criminally assaulted, no. There are bruises on the right thigh, however, which were almost certainly made by a large hand, much larger than hers. Now, I've had them photographed in actual size here. This negative is of her hands to the same scale.
Marks were made by a hand much bigger than old Charlie Brooks, too.
Brooks and the milkman, Doctor.
Criminal assault was attempted, Doctor.
I'm a doctor, sir, not a detective.
Yes.
There is one curious circumstance which may have an effect on your investigation, Sergeant.
Is it?
Judging by conditions indicated, without making an autopsy, the body of the young woman was held in an upright position for some time after death.
An upright position?
Either a standing or a sitting position, yes.
What could that indicate, Doctor?
I have no idea, Sergeant. Though I might hazard a guess.
By all means.
What, sir?
Well, I'm not a detective.
Oh, no.
But if the young woman had been riding, perhaps in a motor car... But that's absurd, isn't it?
If she was brought there by motor car from somewhere else, that'd be why nobody here'd recognize her. Wouldn't it, brother? At 11 o'clock the next morning, the 15th of October, I was informed that Sergeant Bowley had uncovered additional information about the dead woman. I hurried to the mortuary where I found him in conference with a tearful middle-aged woman who I noticed at once bore a striking resemblance to the dead girl in the mortuary. He introduced us.
Mrs. Christie, Sergeant Paul.
How do you do, ma'am?
Sergeant.
Mrs. Christie has identified the young woman for us, Paul.
It's my sister Daphne.
Mrs. Christie's other sister telephoned her from London.
Our sister Diana. Daphne started into London to visit her yesterday morning, like she does every week. She never got there.
How did you discover that, Mrs. Christie?
She had a telephone call this morning from the sister in London.
From Diana. And I hurried and telephoned the police, and they said I'd better come at once. It is Diana. Oh, my poor baby.
And where do you live, Mrs. Christie?
I used to live here in Maidstone, but I've a cottage of my own 6 miles out from the city now since my husband died. Daphne and I live. Oh, what will I do with her?
And that is her in there.
Oh, Daphne.
She's identified her, yes.
When did you last see her, Mrs. Christie?
Yesterday morning.
Do you have any idea who...
Daphne didn't have an enemy in the world. She was the sweetest, the kindest.
Of course, Mrs. Christie, but is there anybody at all that you could think of that might...
No.
You said she went into London every week.
Yes.
How did she go in? By bus or train or...
She hitchhiked.
Hitchhiked? Had rides with anyone that came along?
That's what she did.
But Lord, didn't she know how dangerous...
I told her. I said, Daphne, darling, you never know.
That's right, Mrs. Christie.
1,000,000 times I've warned her, Daphne. I said, a day'll come. But she'd always laugh at me. Look at the money, I said, for sweets. She'd say, oh, she adores sweets. And I'd say, a day'll come, and so it has come.
And the things that she was carrying, Mrs. Christie?
What?
The things that are missing.
Oh, she was robbed then.
Oh, there was the attaché case.
She was carrying an attaché case.
Well, not really an attaché case, Sergeant. An old pasteboard folder it was, but she carried it so long we always called it the attaché case.
It could be identified.
Just a cardboard folder.
It could be identified, though.
It was just an old brown pasteboard. Oh, it did have her name on it.
What did she carry in it, Mrs. Christie?
Just a few photographs that Diana had lent her. She was taking them back to London to her. Brenda's collar, Linda.
Brenda?
Brenda's Daffy's doggie. She's a little King Charles Spaniel. Oh, darling little Brenda, she'll grieve so. Oh, Daffy.
And the dog's collar was also in this pasteboard folder.
Oh, no, I remember. It was in the reticule. It wasn't in the attaché case. It was in the reticule.
There was also a reticule, madam?
Oh, is it gone, too?
We didn't find
A
it.
little yellow string reticule I crocheted for Daphne for a birthday gift last year. Oh, Daphne. Oh, my dear little baby sister.
At this point, Mrs. Christie broke down completely and had to be taken away in a hysterical condition, unable to give us any further information. Upon recovering that same evening, she was able to supply a list of names of various acquaintances of her sister, and at Bowler's request found strength enough to set about crocheting a duplicate of the yellow string reticule, which she alone was able to do accurately.
The result, a most intricately contrived affair, which she completed during the small hours of the night of 16th of October, was carefully photographed and the prints given general circulation, in the hope that anyone recognizing it would communicate with us. It was, of course, obvious that the possessor of the original would also possess information of which we stood in need. 4 days later, the original was returned to us. We showed it to Mrs. Christie.
That's it. That's Daphne's reticule that I made. You see, it's exactly like the one I made from memory for you. I told you I'd remember it perfectly.
Sergeant Bowley asked the woman who returned it where she had got it. He reported to us.
Her name is Mrs. Jessie Bowen, B-O-W-E-N.
I never heard Daphne mention the name.
She says she didn't know your sister.
Well, where did she get it then?
She says it was given to her by a Mrs. Adelaide Greenbaum.
I never heard that name either. Where did she get it?
We're looking for her.
We found Mrs. Adelaide Greenbaum. She admitted giving the yellow string reticule to Mrs. Bowen. Where had she found it? It had been given to her by a Miss Polly Cavanaugh, she said. Who's this Polly Cavanaugh? I asked Bowley.
We'll find her.
We did. We found her visiting a cousin, a retired corporal major of household cavalry living at Alfringham. Yes, she had given the reticule to Mrs. Greenbaum. Where had she got it?
A certain Mrs. Emily Beveridge had presented it to her, she said.
I'm sure I'd never heard of Mrs. Beveridge.
I'll find her. I'm getting a little tired of reticules, though, Sergeant.
Mrs. Emily Beveridge agreed as she happily brewed a pot of excessively weak tea for the sergeant that she'd given the bloody thing, that was Bowley's own phrase, to Mrs. Cavanaugh. And where had she got it, I asked.
You may believe it or not, old boy, but she got it from a nephew, Reginald, she assures me.
And Reginald?
I have thoughtfully brought Reginald with me.
Where is he?
Reginald! Sir? Come here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is Reginald, Sergeant Paul.
Reginald Apgar, sir. I'm Mrs. Beveridge's nephew.
Sit down, young man.
Yes, sir.
Did you know Miss Daphne, what was her name, Bowley?
Cordwainer.
Daphne Cordwainer?
No, sir.
You didn't know her?
No, sir.
Where did you get her purse?
Purse, sir.
That yellow string bag you gave your aunt.
Oh, that. I found it, sir.
When?
Why, the 15th of this month, sir.
Oh, why are you so sure of that date, young man?
It's my Aunt Emily's birthday, sir. I gave it to her as a birthday gift. It's no use to me.
Tell him where you found it, Reginald.
Oh, floating in Beltane's Tarn, sir.
Where?
Beltane's Tarn is a pond, Paul.
I doubt Beltane the Smith ever was there, sir, but it's supposed to be haunted by it.
Tell him where it is, Reginald.
Oh. Well, sir, it's about a quarter of a mile from the road.
Tell him what road.
Oh. The road, sir, where old Charlie Brooks found that girl's body.
Tell him what girl's body, Reginald?
Oh, that Miss Daphne Cordwainer.
Well, did you murder her, Reginald?
Why, no, sir. I didn't murder her.
What were you doing there?
Well, sir, I'm a scoutmaster, sir.
Speak up.
Well, I introduced bird watching in my troop. We've been quite successful, too. I mean, rather bird photography more than bird watching. You photograph wildlife, Sergeant?
I do not.
Go on, Reginald.
Well, I'd heard that plover were quite plentiful around Beltane's tarn. The first this year, you know. And having nothing better to do, I took my camera kit. I have an Adams Minex 4x5. Jolly good camera, that.
Yes, I'm sure. Will you get to the point, please?
All right. No necessity to be rude, sir. I'm getting on.
Fine.
Let him tell it his way, Paul.
May I go on, sir?
If you please.
Well, there weren't any plover. I did see a partridge in plumage, though, but he flew away before I could get my camera open. You know an Adams Minex, sir. Wonderful camera.
I don't know anything about it. Now, please get on with it.
Well, then I walked down to the town, and there was this thing floating in the water. So I picked it up, wrung it out, and took it home to Aunt Emily.
Is this true?
On a scout's honor, sir.
How did it get there?
My dear man, how could I possibly know?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out, young man.
I'm sure I don't understand you, sir.
It may be that you will in time. Would you be willing to accompany me to this place?
To Beltane's tarn, sir.
Would you be willing to accompany me and Sergeant Bowley here to this place and help us find whatever else we might be able to find, Reginald?
Oh, I forgot to tell you, sir. I found something else, but I doubt it's very important.
What?
This piece of pasteboard, sir. It's apparently been torn from one of those cheap attache cases. Probably doesn't mean anything.
Let's have a look, Paul.
Wait a sec.
But it's got that name written on it in pencil.
What name?
Daphne. See? Here.
Yes, I see. Reginald, would you mind waiting a moment out in the other room, please?
Not at all, sir. Yes, sir?
There, if you please.
Yes, sir.
There is either the most naive young man I've ever seen, Bowley,
Think so?
or the wickedest. Do you think he's too young to hang, old boy? And so, clambering over hill and dale in the manner of a Red Indian, I followed Reginald Atgarth from the spot where the body was found, in search of Beltane's tarn. Miles Bowley followed doggedly in trace, grunting like the behemoth of Holy Writ. This time of the year, the Kentish countryside is suitable only for hares, underbrush, plover, and youthful scoutmasters, not for policemen in their piety.
How much further is it in Gog's name?
Quarter of a mile from the road, Reginald said.
Where's he gone?
Don't ask me. Probably coursing up and down like a blasted ferret.
I don't think ferrets course.
Yeah, neither do I. Call him.
Reginald! Reginald!
Reginald!
Gone away, the little blighter.
Reginald!
Why on earth do you want him to come out here with him is more than I'll ever know, Paul.
It's a good spot for a confession, old boy.
Reginald!
I wouldn't believe there's country like this left in England.
Reginald!
Calling me, sir.
Reginald.
Where have you been?
On the other side of the wall, sir.
Wall? What wall?
Oh, there's a wall across the park here. It's only 9 or 10 feet high.
9 or 10 feet?
Can't we go round it?
Well, why not?
Oh, it's 2 miles long. Too much trouble. But we can hop over it. Come along, follow me.
Hey,
Reginald.
Wait.
Yes, sir.
Is this the only way to that blasted lake?
Yes, sir.
The only way?
Oh, it isn't far now, sir, after we climb the wall.
Let's sit down.
Oh, my feet.
Look here, Reginald.
Yes, sir?
Where in heaven's name are you now?
Up here on top of the wall, sir.
Top of the wall.
It's not as high as I thought, sir. It's only about 8 feet.
Come down here like a human being.
Yes, sir.
Don't jump on my feet, boy.
Those are my feet, sir.
You shook the ground.
Sorry, sir.
Look here, Reginald.
Yes, sir.
I think the time has come to ask you a question or two.
All right, sir.
Well, sit down.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you, do you really expect us to believe that whoever murdered Daphne Cordwainer took that yellow reticule of hers?
What, sir?
The little yellow string bag.
Oh, yes, sir.
Do you expect us to believe that the murderer took that thing and carried it through this infernal underbrush and up over that 15-foot wall?
It's only 8 feet.
But whatever it is, do you expect us to believe that he carried that thing all this way through all this
Impenetrable forest?
Yes, just to throw it in the lake down there for the unutterably foolish purpose of making fools of Scotland Yard?
And the Kent Constabulary?
Reginald?
I know, sir.
What?
I expect he threw it in the stream back there by the cider mill and it floated to the tarn, sir. Sirs?
What stream?
What cider mill?
Why, back there where we started, sir. The cider mill's down the road, on a little by-road.
Where?
About a mile from Maidstone, where we came in. I thought you knew about it.
Did you, brother?
I remember it years ago, but I'd forgotten. Besides,
Morley, I could kill you cheerfully.
poor, I would cheerfully submit. My feet.
What about this stream you're talking about, young Reginald?
It's only a little stream, sir. It runs through the woods. Part of it's underground. Can't tell where it runs until it comes out in the tarn. Never dries up, and it...
Could he have thrown those things in the stream?
Oh, yeah, they float right down to the tarn, sir. Come along, I'll show you.
How did we get there?
Right back the way we came, sir. Isn't far, sir.
Here's what I want you to do, Bully.
Oh, no.
If you don't want to go back and find the cider mill...
It's only about a quarter mile along the road after we get there, Sergeant.
I'll never make it.
Very well.
Eh?
You sit here and rest, old boy. I'll go back and find the cider mill.
Poor, you're a gentleman.
And then Reginald will come back and show you how to find the town. And you wait there and see if my notebook, which I'm going to throw in the stream, arrives safely.
But...
And if it doesn't...
Oh, it will, sir. Things always do float down.
And if it doesn't, then you'll have the honor of arresting the young man who's made a fool of us.
Who's he, sir?
You see, Bully?
I don't understand. Who's he, sir?
Never you mind, Reginald. You'll find out, my boy. So long, Bully. Hope you're a good wall climber. Reginald showed me the weary way back to the road, to the cider mill, to the stream. He bounded away again full of the vitality of youth as I sat by the stream's edge and panted and watched him hasten away full of energy. It had taken 20 minutes to shepherd Bowley to Beltane's tarn over the stone wall. It would take half an hour, he said, for anything to float down the stream to its destination in the tarn. So there was plenty of time. I walked over to the ancient building that was the mill and sat down on a pile of brand-new bricks that stood in front of the door at the edge of the lane. An equally ancient cider maker came out to see who called. Hello, I said.
Hello. Why, you want to sup a cider?
I bless you in my prayers, my friend.
What? Come on in.
With the greatest of pleasure, I assure you.
Help yourself, mate.
Your health, Gaffer.
Oh, drink I'll, sir. Good, eh?
Man.
Yeah, quite a journey through the woods just to toss the thing in the tarn stream, eh?
Many people do it.
Brings luck, they say. Hasn't brought me no luck in 54 years.
See, you're going to do a little repairing, eh?
Where?
The new bricks, I mean, out there. Bricks don't come from around here, do they?
Cambridge.
Oh?
They've been sitting out there ever since 14th of this month.
14th?
14th, yes. Every man comes here has to try the tarn stream. Now, that great ox what brought the bricks tore up a cardboard sack and throwed it in.
He did? Cardboard sack?
Yeah, great envelope like. Oh, everybody throws something in.
Brings them luck.
Never brought anybody any luck. What is it? Superstition?
He throw anything else? This lorry driver that brought you the bricks?
By crikey, he did. Some kind of little yellow purse. It looked like he stole it from his girl. He threw it right in the water. It's right down there in old Beltane's town. Right this minute. I won't bring him any luck down there.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're right, friend Cidermaker.
You got to throw something in, too?
No. I think I'll go find the lorry driver that threw the girl's purse in.
I won't bring him any luck.
It might.
No.
It might bring him bad luck. It did. We found him at Cambridge loading his lorry in the brickyard. We asked him if he'd killed Daphne Cordwainer. After a while, he said he did.
I picked her up to give her a ride.
But she was on her way to London. You weren't going to London.
Well, she tried to rob me of my purse. She was a thief.
Where did you have your purse?
What? Why, it was hanging on a peg in the back.
And she was stealing it?
She was. She attacked me while I was driving.
How'd she get back there to steal it?
While you were driving?
What was your jacket doing back there?
Why, I always hang the jacket back there. Where else would you want me to hang?
You were driving your lorry at 5 in the morning of a cold October morning.
Well, I didn't think it was cold at all. I took my jacket off. It wasn't cold.
In the rain? In your shirt sleeves?
Well, the rain didn't get in the window, you know. It wasn't because my sleeves were down.
He had the bad luck to be able to think of nothing but lies. And with the 4 convictions the CRO dug up, all of them for attacking women.
He was tried for murder. He was found guilty.
He was hanged at Wandsworth Prison in January of the next year.
Heard today on Whitehall 1212 in the order of their appearance were Harvey Hayes, Horace Braham, Guy Spall, Lester Fletcher, Kathleen Cordell, Peter Forster, and Pat O'Malley. Lionel Rico speaking. Whitehall 1212 is written and directed by Willis Cooper. It was just 175 years ago this June.
This is Scotland Yard.
For the first time in its history, Scotland Yard opens its official files to bring you the true story of some of its most baffling cases.
These are the true stories. The plain, unvarnished facts, just as they occurred, reenacted for you by an all-British cast. Only the names have, for obvious reasons, been changed. The broadcasts are presented with the full cooperation of Scotland Yard.
Research is from Percy Hoskins of the London Daily Express. Whitehall 1212 is written and directed by Willis Cooper. Now the voice of Chief Superintendent John Davidson, the caretaker of Scotland Yard's famous Black Museum.
Good afternoon. I have here from our file number 198920 a rusted lock complete with handle. Once it was brightly nickel-plated and both handsome and utilitarian. Now its beauty has been completely destroyed by the effects of a very hot fire, and its usefulness is ended by the fact that it is locked. Some of its parts have been fused by the heat which it endured. It's part of the right-hand door of a motor car, the door next to the driver's seat. It was locked before the fire. I should like you to meet Chief Inspector Albert G. Clark, who is known, as all clerks are, as Nobby.
The 5th of November, 1605, was the day set by a certain Guy Fawkes to touch off a number of barrels of gunpowder he had secreted in the vaults under the Houses of Parliament, thereby blowing the members of the august body, complete with King James I, through the roof. Unfortunately for Mr. Fawkes, and happily for the monarch, a Lord Monteagle learned about the enterprise and flung Master Fawkes into a dungeon, from which he emerged only to be hanged. Thus, the principal form of celebration of Guy Fawkes' Day on the 5th of November is the kindling of cheerful bonfires, in which effigies of Guy Fawkes and other gentry are burned to the accompaniment of hilarious noises. Quite late in the evening of the 5th of November, 1930, quite another type of bonfire made history near Hardingstone, which village is quite near Northampton. This is the way they related the story.
My name is Spiller, John Thomas Spiller. My friend here is Victor Charles Espinwall.
It wasn't truly the 5th of November. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning of the 6th.
But it was still close enough to be practically Guy Fawkes' Day.
Be still, John Thomas. We were walking home from a Guy Fawkes dance in Northampton.
Hardingstone is only a step from Northampton.
You walk along the main London road from Northampton till you come to the turn-off to the left on Hardingstone Lane.
Only about 2 miles.
2 miles. First, as we started to turn off to Hardingstone down the lane, a motor car passed us.
Going towards London?
Very fast, blinding us quite.
Aye.
And when it got past us, we saw a man.
The moon was quite bright.
So we could see his face quite well.
He hadn't any hat.
He climbed out of the ditch onto the metalled road.
And he looked as if he were mixed up. Wasn't sure what he was doing, like.
And we gaped at him. Didn't know what to say either. And it was just at that precise second I saw the blaze round the bend.
Down Hardingstone Lane, where there shouldn't be any blaze.
And I said to John Thomas here...
What's the blaze, you said?
And the man from the ditch...
The man without a hat?
He said, it looks as if someone's having a bonfire.
A late bonfire, he said.
Yes, that's right.
And we turned to look in the direction of the blaze.
Down the lane toward Hardingstone.
And when we turned back to look at the man...
He was running away.
Hurrying away.
That's right, hurrying away.
He didn't say a word.
He stopped at toward London, and then he stopped and looked around.
The moon was so bright.
And then he turned toward Northampton, and he started to hurry that way.
We'd have done something, but he was hurrying down the road. Anyway, we didn't care who he was.
And there was the bonfire.
We just thought it was a bonfire, Victor.
Yes. And so we went on down the lane to see who made the fire.
And the fire seemed to be getting bigger, so we hurried.
And suddenly, there it was.
Right there in front of us.
Blazing like
blazes.
The flames were 15 feet high.
But we could see what it was.
It was a
motor car.
And there was somebody in it.
In the driver's seat.
And he was on fire, too.
He was dead.
The boys had forgotten about the hapless stranger who climbed out of the ditch and ran away. They went for a policeman. Quite a number of men arrived. The fire was clearly visible in the village, of course. And presently it was put out and only sizzled. The unfortunate occupant of the driver's seat was carried away in several sacks and put away to cool in the cellar of the local hospital. Then the two boys remembered the man without a hat, and they told Sergeant Moody about it. Sergeant Moody was the bald-headed one from Northampton.
He wasn't very old, was he, Victor?
About 35.
36, I was thinking.
35.
He looked like a commercial traveller.
He had no hat.
Victor, we said that.
He seemed confused, I think I'd say. Wouldn't you, John Thomas?
Bewildered, I'd say.
He finally went off toward Northampton.
You started the other direction first, though.
Toward London. But you went down the road toward Northampton.
A dark man.
Needed a haircut.
Wore a checkered waistcoat.
And a dark red tie.
He had a tiny black moustache.
And a wart on the left side of his neck.
A cut on his right hand.
Limped. His right foot.
Bulgy eyes.
Pop eyes.
Tall.
Weighed about 11 stone.
Would you know him again, Victor?
Certainly I'd know him, John Thomas.
It was all very suspicious, Sergeant.
Him running away like that.
From the fire?
I think he had something to do with it.
I think you ought to find him, Sergeant.
Sergeant Moody and the rest of the Northampton police made quite a point of trying to find the hapless stranger that day, but he wasn't to be found. By mid-morning, both the burned car and the burned victim had cooled off enough for a closer examination. There wasn't enough left of the man, they had decided it was a man, to tell anything about him. The car proved to have been a Morris Minor saloon, and the registration plate, though badly burned, was still legible. Sergeant Moody.
I put in a trunk call to County Hall, Westminster, in London, to check the name to which that number was issued.
We'll have it for you in half a second, Sergeant. That was MU-1468, wasn't it?
MU-1468, yes. That's a London registration, according to the book.
Right. We'll have it for you in... here it is now. The name is Paget. Donald Patrick Paget. Address, Oxford Road, Finchley. The car is a Morris Minor saloon.
Was, you mean? Donald Patrick Paget, Buxted Road, Finchley. Thank you very much. I then consulted the London Metropolitan Telephone Directory in the Northampton station to discover whether a telephone number was listed for the name Paget in Buxted Road, Finchley. It was. I spoke to a woman who identified herself as Mrs. Pamela Paget, wife of the owner of the car. I broke the news to her as gently as possible, and she announced her intention of proceeding to Northampton. She arrived the same day, the 6th of September.
I came as quickly as I could, Sergeant. Where is he?
The remains are in the hospital mortuary, Mum.
I suppose I couldn't see him.
Well, I'm afraid I must advise strongly against it, Mrs. Paget. I'm afraid he'll be a trifle difficult to identify.
I'm not easily shocked, Sergeant.
Well, yes, Mum, but perhaps it would be better to wait until you're rested. I could have a nice cup of tea sent in for you.
No, thank you, Sergeant.
Good hot tea?
Thank you. Perhaps you could tell me how this thing happened.
Well, we don't know a great deal about it ourselves as yet. It happened only this morning, and we've only completed our preliminary examinations. We thought perhaps you might shed some light on the matter.
I'm sure I can't.
You and the late Mr. Paget were on good terms, of course.
We were.
Of course. What was Mr. Paget's occupation?
He was a commercial traveller.
Commercial traveller.
I must notify the people he represents.
And the insurance companies?
Yes.
Yes.
I suppose Mr. Paget was alone when this happened?
Well, there was nobody else in the car when, at the time of the fire, Mum, but there was a curious circumstance I meant to ask you about at once.
Yes?
The two young men who discovered the fire report that there was another person.
A man or a woman?
Oh, a man. What would a woman be doing there?
Oh.
A man. He was proceeding along a ditch beside the road. There were, of course, not certain that this man had any connection with the case, of course. But,
what did this man look like? Did he give his name?
Oh, no, there was practically no conversation with him, and he hurried away. He's not been seen since.
Do you have his description?
Yes, I have the description given by the young men who saw him. It was quite a bright moonlight night, as you remember. If indeed the moon does shine in London.
The description, please.
Age about 35 or 6. He wore no hat.
That could be anyone.
A dark man, weighing about 11 stone, wearing a checkered waistcoat.
My husband was wearing a checkered waistcoat.
A dark red tie.
And he wore a dark red tie.
I'd best call these young men to see if they can remember any more details about this.
Go on with the description, please.
Oh, yes. The man had a small black moustache, a wart on the left side of his neck, a cut on his right hand, and bulgy eyes. Pop eyes, the young man said, and dark curly hair. And he limped, his right foot. Limped.
His left foot, Sergeant. He limped with his left foot. He was wounded in the war in 1916. He limped with his left foot.
Do you mean to say you recognize this man, Mrs. Paget?
Of course I do.
Who?
He's the man you thought was burned to death in the motor car.
Who?
My husband, Donald Paget.
But Mrs. Paget!
So Don's added murder to his other sins at last, has he?
The reporters, the self-styled crime men, pounced on the story by mid-afternoon and flung their headline broadcasts from Land's End to John O'Groats' house. Before nightfall on the 6th of November, a third of the people of England, Scotland and Wales were peering into the faces of perfect strangers, hoping for a glimpse of Donald Patrick Paget, the proclaimed fugitive. At Scotland Yard we went a little more slowly. We weren't as certain as the newspapers. They got me an impression of the dead man's teeth, and when it arrived I dispatched it to one Clement Walter, who was Paget's dentist of record. Mr. Walter telephoned me at the yard at 10 minutes after 8, the night of the 6th.
Is that Inspector Clark?
Yes, Clark speaking.
Walter here.
Walter?
The dentist, ma'am. Paget's dentist. I should think you'd know my voice by now.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Walter. Did you have anything to report?
That impression of your precious dead man's teeth.
Yes?
They're nothing at all like Donald Paget's.
Really?
I've checked exhaustively through all my rather extensive records. It has taken a great deal of time.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's quite impossible that the dead man's teeth could be those of Paget's. I would be glad to demonstrate to you at your convenience. But if you could have the actual teeth, I could show you more graphically.
All right, sir. Thank you very kindly.
My fee will be, in view of the fact that this work has been done after hours, 1 guinea, sir.
I am sure that the Home Office will consider it money well spent, sir. Good night. Sergeant Talbot.
Coming, sir. I was just about to come in, sir.
Do so, by all means.
Yes, sir. I've checked 4 persons so far, sir.
Well?
I asked each one to give me his own description of Paget, sir. And they're all his close acquaintances.
And?
Well, they all agree in detail with that given by the 2 young men at Hardingstone.
The hatless man climbing out of the ditch.
Each one of them said independently that Paget was one of those odd chaps who's never been known to wear a hat winter or summer.
Looks as if he's our boy, then. Wait a sec, will you?
Yes, sir.
Now, it's Inspector Clark here.
Mrs. Pamela Paget here to see you, sir.
Oh? Well, ask her to come in.
Shall I ask the other lady to come in too, sir?
Eh? Who's she?
Miss Ellen
Who's she?
Don't know, sir. She is with Mrs. Paget.
Oh, all right. Send her in, too.
Yes, sir.
Ever hear of an Ellen McEachran, Talbot?
No, sir. There was an Alice McEachran, sir, pickpocket. She was struck by a tram last Tuesday in Hammersmith Broadway. She was killed.
Talbot, you're a mine of information. I doubt this is the same one, though.
No, sir. That's all, sir.
Yes, thank you. For now.
Is this Inspector Clark's office, please?
Right here, Mrs. Paget. Come in.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Come in, my child. Inspector Clark, this is Miss Ellen McEachran.
How do you do, Miss McEachran? Won't you be seated?
Thank you.
Well, Mrs. Paget, I'm afraid that it was your husband.
I was certain it was.
Yes.
I'd just come back from Hardingstone, and I went straight away to find Ellen.
Excuse me, Mum.
I'm afraid I don't understand, Mrs. Paget.
Do sit still, Ellen.
Yes, Mum.
That bald-headed sergeant up there, what's his name?
Sergeant Moody?
Oh, Moody, that's it. He said something when we were talking about not being sure whether the body in the fire was a man or a woman.
He told me that on the telephone this afternoon. Apparently they're sure now that it was a man. The medical officer...
Yes, I know. But I didn't know when I came back. That's why I went to find Ellen here.
She thought perhaps it might be me, but it wasn't, was it?
No, child, it wasn't. Neither you nor your father.
I'm afraid I know.
Father's still in jail. You can't burn up people in jail, now can you, sir?
Will you tell me what you're talking about, Mrs. Paget? What has this child and her father got to do with the...
I was afraid it was Ellen that Donald had murdered.
Or my father, you said.
Why, for heaven's sake?
Well, Ellen's father had threatened to do bodily harm to Donald.
Threatened to burst his bloody neck? Oh, pardon me.
Eh? Why?
Because he wasn't paying the 20 shillings a week he'd agreed to pay, of course.
What 20 shillings?
For my baby.
What?
The father of Ellen's 3-year-old child is Donald Paget, Inspector Clark.
John Davidson from the Black Museum shared a pint of mild and bitter with me that night after I finally shut up shop. I don't know, John, I said.
About what?
People.
No accounting for tapes. Yeah, fine original statement there.
True, though.
You were speaking about the wife.
Yes. Married to this fellow. He goes out and contracts bigamous marriage.
To a girl who's an obvious idiot, you say.
Well, not very clever.
Maidservant, you said.
What we used to call a slavey.
Fortunately, that class is disappearing.
Doesn't help the ones that are left, John.
The Paget class never does that.
I shall do my best to assure this one's dying out.
We were talking about his wife.
Yes.
She apparently doesn't have any resentment toward this young, what's her name, Ellen?
Ellen. Why should she? It wasn't Ellen's fault that she has the mentality of a mangle-woozle. Any resentment she harbors is towards her husband.
The missing Donald Patrick Paget, Esquire, who lit one too many bonfires on Guy Fawkes Day.
For which, God willing, he'll hang.
Do you have any ideas regarding the unfortunate man in the car?
None.
Well, I know nothing about it, Nobby. But, knowing nothing about it, I may have an idea.
What?
The lawful wife may have an idea, too.
Mrs. Paget?
Aye.
Explain, please, John.
If a man commits, what shall we call it, an indiscretion like this, marrying bigamously and fathering a child...
The law of the land calls it a felony.
For the purpose of my argument, let's disregard the legality of the thing, Nobby. Now, we have here the situation of a husband committing a grave offense against his wife.
And the law.
Disregard the law. Empirically, I mean. He commits this heinous crime. The wife, practicing true Christian forbearance and charity, forgives the man, or at least declines to prosecute him.
Well?
Now, bear with me. Given that set of circumstances, would not such a man be inclined to repeat the offense?
Well,
having convinced himself that he'll be allowed, as our American cousins say, allowed to get away with it again.
It could be, John.
Assuring himself that he need only to satisfy his wife's goodness of soul, her love for him, which she has demonstrated, and the payment to the unfortunate young woman of a sum of money proposed by the court. Well,
I don't see where your argument's going, John, but...
It's not a bad argument, Nobby. And it follows out the one advanced by Mrs. Paget. Assume that the wrong girl's father threatens unpleasantness to Brother Paget.
Oh, you're saying that the dead man may be the father of still another victimized girl.
That doesn't sound reasonable.
Well,
Mrs. Paget was convinced it was reasonable in the case of young Ellen, is it? She's forgiven a lot, but she boggles at the thought of murder. So for that matter do I.
What do you think?
Well, I think if I were doing it, I'd look about and see if the temporarily missing Mr. Paget has made any other excursions into the extramarital. And then I'd discover whether the father of the bride is enjoying good health or has recently been the victim of an all-consuming fire. And then I should order another half pint for poor old John Davidson, who is now extremely thirsty.
John Davidson's ingenious idea was almost right. Mrs. Paget knew of no other liaisons with women of any age, intellectual state, or social standing which had been contracted by her husband.
We have been horribly unhappy, Inspector, during all of our married life. But I have tried to make allowances. Donald was severely wounded in the war. He was buried alive at Chesterton. They despaired of his life for a long, long time.
I didn't know about that.
He was such a wonderful person, Inspector. Before we were married and he went to France. At Chesterton, only 3 months after he went overseas, I didn't... Well, I made a vow to myself that if Don recovered and got well, I don't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Paget.
I swore to myself that no matter what happened, no matter what he did, I would try.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Paget, but...
He's been unfaithful to me so many times. But this time with Ellen was the only one I knew all about. I was afraid Ellen's father was... Don's mind was affected, you know, by that dreadful wound. He makes mistakes. He does things. He can't hold on to a job. We haven't any money. I've tried so hard, Inspector. But not murder. Not murder. Even if it is Donald. That's why I came to you. If it's murder, not even for Donnie.
I went away from there back to my office. It was the morning of the 7th of November, less than 32 hours since the young men had found the blazing car. There was a telegraph form in its envelope on my desk. I looked at it. From Cardiff, in Wales. Tore open the envelope. Signature. Arthur Llewellyn. I don't know any Arthur Llewellyn. What's the message say? Donald Patrick Paget will arrive at Hammersmith bus terminal at 9:30 p.m. today, the 7th. Important you meet him. You will recognize him from his description, Arthur Llewellyn. John Davidson, it appeared, was wrong. I telephoned him to say so. I didn't telephone Mrs. Paget. At 9:30 that night, I met Donald Paget as he stepped off the Cardiff bus. It was easy to recognize him. We went in a CID car to my office and talked.
I've given up, Inspector, anyhow. It can't be done. I wonder if I could see my wife.
She's waiting in the anteroom. You can see her if you want to, and she wants to, after we get this over.
All right. I did it.
Very well. Donald Patrick Paget, I arrest you on a charge of willful murder and warn you that anything you say will be taken down in writing and may be used in evidence. Sergeant Talbot, do you have your notebook?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
I'll make a statement. I had to do it. First, I got rid of nearly every penny of money we had. I spent it on women. It's funny to say that when I love Pamela. I love poor Pamela, and I treated her so badly. Just women. I don't drink, I don't smoke. But women find me attractive, I'm afraid, and I'm their undoing. And mine. And Pamela's. Yes, and that kid of Ellen's. I couldn't pay the building society on the house. They'd have thrown us out in another month. I couldn't pay Ellen.
Old McEachran has had me in jail. It was just the end of things for me. And for Pamela. So I picked him up when he asked for a lift. And I poured petrol all over him after I strangled him, and I stuffed him into the driver's seat. Then I got out and poured a trail of petrol down the road to the car and lighted it. And then I remembered I'd locked him in. I tried to run back to the car, but it was too late. I ran back and down the ditch, and that was when those boys saw me. The game's up. I'd intended to run away and be listed as dead in a motor car accident, and Pamela'd get the insurance. But they'd seen me. I did run away. It isn't very clear to me, I'm afraid. I went to Cardiff. Went to see a girl I used to know, Gladys Llewellyn. But she was gone. And her brother Arthur saw me. He hated me for some reason. Did he telegraph you? I knew I was done for. Can I see Pamela now? Please?
All right, Sergeant.
Oh, wait. There's one more thing. I don't know who he was, the man I murdered. He was a complete stranger. He just happened along at the right time. I don't know his name. I'm sorry about him. But I'm sorry about so many things. Now may I see Pamela?
All right, Sergeant.
Hello, Pam, darling.
Hello, darling.
Oh, Pamela. I'm so sorry.
I brought you some of the cigarettes you like. Darling.
The identity of the dead man was never learned. Donald Patrick Paget was tried at the Bedford Assizes and found guilty of murder. On the 10th of March, 1931, he was hanged at Bedford Prison.
Appeared today on Whitehall 1212 in the order of their appearance, Harvey Hayes, Gerard Burke, Gordon Stern, Lester Fletcher, Basil Langton, Francois Grimard, Eula Garrick, Patricia Courtley, and Victor Chapin. Whitehall 1212 is written and directed by Willis Cooper. Because blood has been available in Korea until now, many, many lives have been saved. However, the present rate of donations is far below that needed to build up our reserve supplies.
Whitehall 1212.
This is Scotland Yard.
For the first time in its history, Scotland Yard opens its official files to bring you the true stories of some of its most baffling cases.
These are the true stories, the plain, unvarnished facts, just as they occurred, reenacted for you by an all-British cast. Only the names have, for obvious reasons, been changed. The stories are presented with the full cooperation of Scotland Yard.
Research for Whitehall 1212 comes from Percy Hoskins, chief crime reporter of the London Daily Express. The stories for radio are written and directed by Willis Cooper. This is Chief Inspector John Davidson, who is in charge of Scotland Yard's famous Black Museum.
Good afternoon. Can you imagine mistaking this exhibit here for a revolver or a pistol, or in fact for a gun of any kind? Here, have a look at it. Sorry, I dropped it. If it had landed on my great toe where that cab horse trod on it in December 1907, Well, thank goodness it didn't. No, I shouldn't think that anyone in his right mind could possibly mistake this for anything but what it obviously is, a hammer. Yet a large number of persons, some of them policemen, were at one time quite certain that it was a gun. Now, I hung it up here on the wall in the year 1929, the same year that Pierrepoint, the hangman, did as much for the man who used it. Now, this is Chief Inspector Reginald Porter, who will tell you how it happened. Reginald?
On the morning of 11th January, 1929, I was handed a telegram which had been sent the night before from Southampton.
A case of murder has occurred here. A man has been found shot in a room, the door of which was padlocked. The body was found today. It has probably been in the room some 8 or 9 weeks. Will you please send a man down to investigate the matter? McCormick, Chief Constable of Southampton.
One thing was obvious to me at once, that Mr. McCormick had had very little instruction on the art of eliminating unnecessary words in his telegrams. A good CID detective sergeant could have told the story in 20 fewer words, although I agree not so elegantly. In Southampton, a smart young detective sergeant, smelling of pear soap and a good grade of hair oil, escorted me to the scene of the discovery.
The place here was formerly a garage, sir, as I'm sure you can see.
Yes, I can see, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Is this the one that was padlocked?
Yes, sir. Oh, as a matter of fact, both this door and the one in the rear were padlocked. The rear one is still intact. This is the one that was broken.
The main entrance?
Quite, sir.
The men who found him broke the lock?
Yes, sir.
Where are they?
They should be inside, sir. I'll ask the constable at the door, sir.
By all means, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
I say, Constable, those 2 gentlemen are inside, Sergeant. I suppose you're looking for them, aren't you?
The ones that found him?
Inside, sir.
Inside here, Chief Inspector. No, sir. This way, if you please.
You needn't sound like a blasted shop walker, you know, Sergeant.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Constable.
They'll be inside, sir.
I heard you.
Yes, sir.
Door's open, sir.
Am I blind?
Yes. After you, sir.
Where are they?
Mr. Remington? Mr. Finn?
Where do they go?
Mr. Finn, are you here?
Over here, Sergeant. Over here.
Over there, sir.
What are they doing in heaven's name?
I don't know, sir.
Here, Sergeant.
Where? I don't...
Behind the oil drum, Sergeant. I see them. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning,
sir. Morning, sir.
We got here, Sergeant. Gentlemen, this is Chief Inspector Portner of the Yard.
Scotland Yard. Where'd you find him?
Right down there, sir. He was crumpled up against them oil drums.
Dead, sir.
I can see the blood. That is blood, isn't it?
I'm afraid so, sir. There's quite a lot of it, isn't there?
Yes, sir, for one man, sir.
Find the gun?
No, sir, not yet. We're starting to look again this morning.
You did find the body, though, didn't you?
Oh, yes, sir. Rather, these gentlemen did.
How'd you happen to find them? You're the ones that broke the lock? How'd you get in here? I haven't been briefed in this thing yet. Don't even know the murdered man's name yet.
Oh, his name...
His name was Rafe Street, sir.
He was our agent.
Your agent?
Our company's chief inspector. Lion Oil Limited.
He sold oil and petrol, sir.
All these drums are ours, Chief Inspector, you see. Mr. Street was not actually our employee, you see.
Just an agent. You see, we hadn't heard from him for several months.
Several months?
October 28th, to be precise, Finn.
I hope you don't mind being precise, gentlemen. This is a murder, you understand. Sergeant.
Sir?
Had this man been reported missing before his body was found?
Not to my knowledge, sir.
I'll want to know why his disappearance wasn't investigated, if he was reported missing, you know.
I'll check, sir.
Now, gentlemen, I am to understand that your agent had not been heard from for something over 2 months. And you people up to now made no effort to find out why. Is that true?
Well, sir...
Oh, I can explain that, Chief Inspector.
Do so, please.
Well, in the first place, the late Mr. Street was a man of no known relatives, according to our records.
That's right, sir.
He had sleeping and living quarters in the back of this building. And I suspect there was nobody to notice his absence.
Wouldn't you people notice it?
Well, the company had written to him several times regarding his failure to send in his reports of November the 1st and December the 1st.
Isn't that unusual with you people?
Not necessarily, sir. Our agents are often late in rendering their reports.
Oh, yes. We did become concerned, Chief Inspector, when we'd heard nothing at all from Mr. Street for so long. He owed us 3 consecutive monthly reports.
November 1st, December 1st, and January 1st.
That's right.
So the company sent us down from London to investigate, you see.
That was when you found his body.
We found the garage door padlocked front and rear, and...
We had no keys, of course. These premises were Mr. Street's.
So I got a tire lever on my toolkit. Together we ripped the padlock off the front door.
We have that padlock, sir.
Be quiet, Sergeant. And then you entered and found the body.
Precisely.
We could have them both for breaking and entering.
Sergeant, will you please put a sock in it?
Well, sir.
Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
You didn't use a hammer to break that padlock, gentlemen?
No, sir.
No, sir. Tire lever. From,
Well, then will you tell me what that bloody hammer's doing?
Sir, is it necessary to use such language?
Sergeant, you have an evil mind. Will you look at that hammer there beside the Lion Mane SAE-30 oil drum? How'd that blood get all over the hammerhead if that man was shot? I left the fragrant sergeant to arrange for and supervise a draft of detectives from the Southampton police to organize and conduct an all-out search of the garage warehouse for the gun with which the victim had allegedly been killed, and proceeded in good order to the mortuary where the body lay. It was not in very good shape, but a careful examination on my part convinced me that the cause of death was not a bullet, but a series of wounds caused by repeated blows from a heavy object. Now, please don't at once begin to find fault with the Southampton police. The wounds resembled a great deal more than superficially those often caused by bullets. Gregory Aldous, the police surgeon, pointed this out to me.
You see here in particular, Chief Inspector, a deep punctured wound, exactly like one made by a bullet. And here...
Yes, I see.
And here again. And the fractures themselves were so covered with dried blood, it would be the obvious thing for a layman to say at once, gunshot wound.
I wouldn't have.
And you Scotland Yard chaps are geniuses, of course.
Well, I will admit if I hadn't noticed that bloody hammer on the floor...
Don't be so modest.
I was about to say where you chaps had seen it a dozen times and paid no attention to it.
I think I'd better just make sure there isn't any bullet in his head. Or evidence of one having been there.
Well, I'm sure I'm not going to watch you do it, Doctor.
That will be helpful, sir.
Mind you're careful now. I shall want to try that hammer to see if it fits those marks on the skull.
So shall I, sir. Must be an extraordinary hammer to produce marks like bullet holes.
It is. The end of the hammerhead opposite the striking part, the peen it's called, Doctor, is quite thin and long and about the diameter of a .38 caliber bullet. The kind of hammer often used by motorcar mechanics, as Mr. Remington of Lionel Limited was good enough to point out to me.
How's he know?
He was once a motorcar mechanic himself, my dear Doctor.
And when are you going to arrest him, Chief Inspector?
It had occurred to me at the very moment I was saying it to Gregory Aldous. I went back to the garage to find him. He had gone back to London to report to his firm's officials, but Finn was still there, helping assiduously but ineffectually in the search for the alleged murder gun. I sat him down in a corner of the place which rang to the voices and the noises they made as they overset racks of oil drums. Haven't found it yet, eh?
Not yet. Oh, my sainted aunt, I'm tired.
Tired?
Those oil drums were in the neighborhood of 100 weight apiece. I've moved several million of them.
Remington move a lot, too?
Not Ruddy Lightly. He had to go to London.
Yes, I know. Tough on you.
Well, he's my boss.
Fine to be a boss, isn't it?
He's all right.
Known him long?
Met him in the Navy 20-odd years ago. I was his boss then.
Oh?
Wavy Navy. We were the crew of an MTB. I was skipper, full lieutenant. Remington was just a sub. I hadn't a job when we were demobbed, and he was going back with Lion Oil. He offered me one, and I've been there ever since.
That before he was a motor mechanic or after?
During. We ran the company's garage in Cheltenham before we got onto this job.
You're both motor mechanics then?
Yes.
You're both familiar with that kind of hammer I found then?
Oh, quite. We used dozens of them.
No. Sergeant! Sergeant!
Yes, sir. You want me, sir?
Sergeant, that hammer's still here?
The one you found, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Take it, please, and deliver it to Dr. Gregory Aldous of the mortuary where the body is.
Dr. Gregory Aldous, the police surgeon? Yes, sir, I know him.
Right, but be very careful with it.
Oh, I will, sir. I had Geordie Tucker photograph it, sir, before I moved it and wrapped it up in paper and put it in a biscuit tin I found. I'll send it right away.
Take it, I said.
Yes, sir.
Wait there for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice chap, that.
Oh, yes, quite. So you've known Remington a long time?
Oh, yes.
How long have you known this dead chap, Street?
I never saw him till now. The first time I've ever been in Southampton, even.
Oh? Remington know him long?
He'd never seen him either.
Oh, hadn't he?
I don't think so.
He'd tell you if he had, wouldn't he?
I expect so. Oh, why?
Just wondered.
You think Rem killed him?
My dear man, how do I know you didn't?
Why on earth should we kill him?
That's what I'm going to find out. Come along, I want to see this fellow's books and papers. Now then, you chaps get going there and see if you can find me that gun, which I doubt. Come along with me, Finn.
All right.
This his office, you suppose?
It must be. It's the only door in the place.
Open it. You've got keys, haven't you?
I've got no keys.
Then I'll open it. Stand clear. Some use for regulation police boots, after all.
This must be where he slept.
Oh, fair frosty in here.
It's a pity there isn't a window.
Had he any desk?
Doesn't seem to have had.
Well, how'd the man do business?
He did all right. He was a good customer, even if he did live in a pigsty like this.
Wonder where he kept his money. Here, what's this?
How is it?
I found where he kept it.
Kid's money box.
Well, it's empty now. Don't touch it and spoil the dabs.
What?
Fingerprints.
Oh. Robbery, eh?
Place was locked up.
There's a spring lock on the door.
Ah. Poor devil must have closed it himself when he came out. Oh, no, the murderer did it after he killed him and broke the money box open. Cool blood, huh? He must have known the place pretty well.
What are you looking at me for?
Where are you going?
Well, I just want to see what's in his coat there.
Where?
Here.
Oh. How did you know it was his?
Oh.
What's his name? Street.
I don't. There must be, though. The murderer wouldn't leave his.
Have a look at it. Give it to me.
Here.
Pockets full of papers. Well, not exactly full. Letter. Here, hold it close.
Okay.
Ah.
What's the matter?
How well do you know your friend Remington?
What?
This letter, Mr. Finn, is attached to one of Street's invoices. This is the letter. It's on the stationery of Messrs. Clive and Buckley of this city. It says, Yes, sir. The amount, £14.11, mentioned in your attached invoice, was paid to your salesman, Mr. Remington.
What?
Your salesman, Mr. Remington, in cash at the time the goods were delivered.
You can't. Remington didn't know them.
We suggest that you consult your Mr. Remington regarding this amount, for which we hold his signed receipt. Yours is set for Clyde and Buckley, per Terence Buckley, Secretary of Treasurer. I'm afraid I must ask you again to come with me.
Where? Where are you?
We are going to the nearest police station, sir, where I shall telephone London to bring me Mr. Remington. I'm going to consult you both. Come along, if you please. There's no trouble at all to reach Scotland Yard in London and to arrange to have Mr. Remington contacted at Lion Oil and then accompany an officer back to Southampton. In the meantime, Mr. Finn consented to accept the hospitality of the Southampton police until his partner arrived. Myself, I went to the mortuary, found Gregory Aldous gone, and left that gloomy place for Aldous' official quarters, where he sat talking with the sergeant, who was not so redolent of oils and unguents by now. Gregory Aldous looked at me pleasantly.
Well, was I right, Chief Inspector?
Hmm?
You arrested Remington?
He'll be in custody at once, yes. What did you discover about the hammer?
It fits perfectly, sir.
I was speaking to Dr. Aldous, Sergeant.
Excuse me, sir.
Does it fit the wounds, Doctor?
Perfectly.
Good.
There's no bullet in the skull, though.
I hope he didn't spoil it.
It's a trifle difficult to spoil a skull that's been worked on by somebody with a peen hammer, sir. The sergeant here has made an interesting discovery, Chief Inspector.
Oh, has he? And what have you discovered, Sergeant?
Where the hammer came from, sir.
What's that?
You looked at the handle, of course, sir.
Of course I looked at the handle. Why?
You saw that Morris Works and a number was branded on it.
Sergeant, I must admit I did not.
Thank you, sir.
Who is this Morris Works? Did you find out?
If you had lived in Southampton, sir, you'd of course recognize it at once.
Of course.
Well, what's so blasted funny?
That's the factory where they make the Morris motorboats, sir. The Morris Works.
Well, I'll be blowed. That shows you what a Londoner doesn't know, doesn't it? And what else did you discover, Sergeant?
Well, sir, I rang up a chap we know at the Morris Works, and I asked him about that number.
Good.
And he put me on to the tool issuing department, and a man there recognized it at once.
Better and better.
It was the number of a chap in the engineering department, a motor mechanic.
You see, Aldous?
You were right.
I was right. Go on, Sergeant.
Well, sir, that's the lot. We found this fellow, name of... I wrote it down. I found this at the garage while we were hunting for the gun.
There isn't any gun.
Nothing but the hammer.
Yes, sir. The fellow's name is P. Gallant... No, that's not it. Oh, here, on the other side. Here it is. Teddy Finucane.
Go out and arrest him at once, Sergeant. You found him, you make the arrest.
Thank you, sir.
Doesn't suspect anything, does he, eh?
He's not the one, sir.
What? What are you telling me?
No, sir. On October 24th last year, Finucane reported that his hammer, a spike peen hammer, he called it.
I told you, Aldous.
Spike peen?
Go on, Sergeant.
Well, he'd lent it to a man, a stranger, who never brought it back, and he had to requisition a new one. That's all, sir.
Wow. Sergeant, just as soon as they deliver this Remington chap from London, you and I'll hurry him right down there.
It would save time if we got this Teddy Finucane to come up here, sir.
Right. Then we'll let him identify the fellow. No, by gad.
What's the matter?
Let him identify whichever one of the two borrowed the hammer. If he doesn't know the man's name...
He doesn't, sir.
Well, that's either Finn or Remington. They're good friends. We'll see which one he identifies. Sergeant, that's extraordinarily good work.
Thank you, sir.
Tell me, what kind of hair oil is that you use?
Oh,
it's an excellent taste. The identification parade, to which both Remington and his friend Finn readily consented, was scheduled for 10 in the morning in a vacant room at the Southampton police station, to which the sergeant was attached. Mr. Teddy Finucane was seated alongside my desk with me as the crowd came in and stood along one wall. I had secured 6 or 8 other persons to stand in with them to make it as fair as possible for the suspects. That, of course, is standard procedure.
Will you gentlemen please take off your hats? Thank you.
Not that there was any doubt by now.
We're all ready, sir.
If you please, Mr. Finucane. Now, will you please tell us whether you recognize any of these gentlemen, sir? Good, the first one.
No.
Remington was third, Finn seventh in line.
This gentleman, Mr. Finucane?
No.
This one, sir?
Yeah, I know you.
Well, you ought to, Ted. Even after all these years.
Corky Remington! Oh, I haven't seen you since the night you and I and Joe Finn were thrown into the clink together.
And Sheerness.
Where in the world have you been?
Joe Finn's right here, Teddy. Why, Joe, it's Teddy.
Why, Teddy Finucane, why, you old blighter.
You know them?
No. They're the best pals I ever had in the Navy and the war, and I haven't seen them since. Say, Corky, what time is it? The pubs will be open any minute. I know you'll excuse us, won't you, Admiral? Why, Corky, what are you doing here?
I'm the blinking suspect, mate.
By 9 that night, they were all 3 in jail. The charge was under the Act of 1872, in such cases made and provided, Section 80 of which reads, being guilty while drunk of riotous or disorderly behavior in any highway or other public place, whether a building or not. It had been both, and the Royal Navy Volunteer Reserve had done themselves proud. Mr. Teddy Finucane, former artificer, petty officer, attached to motor torpedo boat squadron Ump, was able at last to master his hangover and speak to me.
No, sir. They ain't the man I lent my hammer to. No, sir. Positive.
I'm very sorry to put you to all this trouble, Mr. Finucane.
Pleasure, sir. But it couldn't be them. Neither one of them has a slide in his left eye. Port, starboard, right eye.
Cross-eyed, you mean?
Sir, should have told you before. And a cut on his same right cheek. Big one. That's all I know. There's Corky.
We'll be able to join you for breakfast, Mr. Finucane, I'm sure. He and Mr. Finn both.
Breakfast?
I shall probably join you then.
Breakfast. Goodbye.
Come on, Sergeant. Well?
I'm as disappointed as you are, sir.
You're not old enough to be, son.
Yes.
Well, we'll find him someday.
Not much use keeping this any longer.
What is it?
The card I wrote Teddy Finucane's name down on, sir. Picked it up at that garage where the dead man was, stuck in the edge of an oil drum.
Anything else on it?
Just a name, sir.
Oh, well. Name?
Gollinson, P. Gollinson.
Never heard of him. Why should that card with a name on it be there, though? Gollinson.
I don't know, sir.
Huh. Did you ever play a hunch, Sergeant?
I do all the time, sir.
Do they work?
Quite often, sir.
Come with me. I'm going to play mine. I borrowed a telephone in Dr. Gregory Aldis's office at the police station.
Trunk call, sir? I'll get it for you. What's the number?
Whitehall 1212.
Right. Put us through to Whitehall 1212 in London, please. It's Chief Inspector.